Alright, so today we're going to be ranking every single Piggy stand in the game up to the prototype. Now, I do have my list up on the screen, which this was so hard to do. I literally had a attack, like almost an entire heart attack trying to do this. But look, we're going to do it. So starting off, the worst stand in the game, in my honest opinion, is the Pandy stand. This stand is, in my honest opinion, the worst stand in the game, and it's just horrible. Next up on in D tier is, where is this man? Where is he? Rash. Rash, I think, is one of the second to worst skin in the game. Just due to the fact that, like, well, here's the thing. Well, Rash, it's like we shouldn't have had a non-infected skin. Like, they had a missed opportunity for. They had a really big missed opportunity to make a unaffected, non-infected skin for this one. Next up, I have is Katie as the third worst skin. I would say she isn't the best, but she isn't the worst. She isn't that bad, but like I feel like compared to the other skins, she's just bland. But her alternate, I believe, is a bit higher. Where did I put her alternate? Okay, yeah, her alternate I think is way up from what I'm seeing from on my list. I can't find her yet. Her alternate's really high. It's not that high though, but it's pretty high. Next up is Bunny. If I can find her, Jesus, where is she? Wait, there she is. Bunny. The reason I think Bunny's the worst is because it just doesn't feel right. It just does again. I understand she's infected in the story necessarily, but I just don't like the way it looks. This team looks. And then next up, I put all the piggies beside the normal one and D tier. This is where they all will go. And the top of D tier, I have Panda Uniform. Both Panda stints are pretty bad. Again, miss opportunity. Alright, moving on to C tier. The bottom C tier, we have the newest Tiger stand, which the old one, which I'm not a fan of. It's pretty mid, it's pretty bad, it's not that good. It's not that good. It's C tier though, because it's better than these stands, way better. Then next up I have is, where is she? I have Dessa. Dessa is a pretty bland and mid skin, and I would say she's a good bot, but I wouldn't say she's a good skin to play as. I wouldn't play as her that much. But really, speaking of her, we'll say other skin, Rain Dessa is next up. I don't like Dessa. Her reindeer skin is weird. It just doesn't fit right for me at all. So, yeah. Next up is the next Tidary, which, same reason with Pandy and Rash. Guess what? They missed an opportunity to make a uninfected skin. They missed that opportunity so hard with this one. Anyway, next up is, where's she? No, Mousy. She's okay. She isn't that bad, but I wouldn't say she's B tier. She's pretty bland, mid. Zompity is next. Same thing. Zompity's okay. It's pretty bland. The only cool thing about it is its weapon. So that's the only cool part about it for me. Next up is the Badgie stand. This stand right here, normal version. Like, it's not like I hate the stand, but it's also like the fact that the skin just doesn't look right at all. Like, it was cool for its time, but like it's so loud. It's pretty bland of a skin. Like, I, jeez, I hate Next up in seats here we have is Soldier. It's just jab jab. I don't really know why this is a stand, but I guess it's cool to play a soldier. Next up we have is Teacher, which then we have Sheepy, and then we have Kitty. Then we have Dodie. Now Dodie is a very attractive one. Why is it in C tier? It's bland as hell. It is one of the most blandest skins. It was really early though in development, but I guess it works out. I don't know. Next up is the third but 2 skin. Raise. Just a robot mouse. Like, what else is there? At the top of C tier is a very hot take, but I have Zizzy. Zizzy, I think, is one of the most. It's not bad, but I feel like the other stint just outclassed her in so many ways. But this next stint barely smothered out C tier, which is our first contest stint, Jitayla. Is that how you pronounce her name? She looks so cool, but it's easily the worst out of all of them. She is really bland, and I feel like they kind of had a missed opportunity. I feel like they should have made her jump scare, where like she puts you in a portal and then she the portal she holds you up and then throws you on the floor. That'd be really cool. Or like a portal eats you. That'd be really cool. And plus, I'm not my favorite walk animation. It's been a while since I used it, but yeah. Next up is our, I believe, first event skin. It's another extra. It is the penguin. I forget her name. Pedrosa? I don't know. Sorry. She is pretty bland, but I love the fact that she's the only one with a bow and arrow, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it's really cool. Next up is Mr. Stitchy. Now, why is this? Well, pretty put it simple. It's just a black body with a lantern and a bare head. Like, there's nothing else. But the fact that he literally is one of the most iconic skins in Piggy, the most thumbnailable face. I don't even know if that's a word. Great, it's great. Next up is another extra skin, Piggy. Piggy is cool, but I don't like it. It's not. It's just. It's okay. It's a better version of Piggy, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Next up is Willow. Why is this? Well, to put quite frankly, do you know how people used Mr. P back in the day? His music was so quiet. He snuck on people and then choo. Willow has the loudest footsteps in the game and one of the loudest themes. I can hear more of her footsteps than her theme when I go against Willow. No joke. That's not a joke. Oh. But seriously, mid-skin, very mid-skin. Oh, man. I am congested. Next up is another but 2 skin, which is Felix. He's cool. It's not that bad. It's just mid. It's just mid. It's just mid. Next up is one of my favorite skins when it came out, Koali. This guy was really cool. I really love the mallets, and I really did fit the factor theme. I really do think it was really cool. Next up is Alternate Katie. Alternate Katie improves the old one by such a large margin. It's still mid, but definitely is over the normal Katie. Definitely improves it way better. Next up is Clowny. Clowny's okay. Clowny is it's whatever. Next up is Dino Piggy. Let me explain. I'll have to be right back. Okay, so, hold on. Oh. I did that on purpose to blow into the mic. Anyway. I don't know if I'm sick or not. I probably am, but I don't know. Anyway. Dino Piggy is the literal definition of mid. Literally the definition of mid. It is just the piggy with a dinosaur. But that's why it's in B tier. Next up is a hot take, but I have Giraffe. Giraffe, love the weapon, love the aesthetic. It's just mid. It's like Dino Piggy. Next up is Foxy. If Foxy did not get a redesign. Right there. No, right here. But luckily it did get a redesign, so now it's in B tier. Amazing. Wow, 2 whole tiers. Which ain't bad. Ugh. Jeez. It's like, it's this nose, right? It's this one nostril. Anyway. I'm gonna have like the most muffled voice, but who cares? Ooh. Alright. Next up is Torture. Cool theme. Too loud. Next up is Piggy. Not you. You're not Piggy. Next up is the normal default Piggy. This is the reason I put her in B tier is because she's an iconic skin. Doesn't get old. The theme is classic. Great. Are you serious? Bro, no. No, get that. Oh, okay. Anyway. That's where I'm gonna censor this. Oh my god. Ew. Oh my god, YouTube's gonna cancel me. Oh. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for Piggy. Next up is her chilly counterpart, Frostity. Frostity is pretty much just Piggy, but cooler. Next up I have is Daisy. Where's Daisy at? There you are. Daisy's cool, but she's Daisy. Next up I have Mimi. Literally just the same reason. Cool skin, cool theme, cool a lot. It's cool, but it's pretty mad. It's just... Robbie. Too loud. Pony. Cool stand. One of the most iconic characters in Piggy. His stand's okay. I wouldn't say it's that bad, but cool to see it affecting Pony. Next up, I has one of my favorite Halloween skins, Bella. Bella as a whole is pretty mid in all of its glory, but I wouldn't say it's the worst. It is definitely mid. Don't even... I would use it from time to time, but I wouldn't say it's the best. Next up, I has Misery. This skin I did not get as I was very, very busy during the Christmas season, but this skin is over the top. It's way too over the top. Too much going on with the skin. The way it looks like a really... It looks like a woman with a big yacht, okay? That's what Misery looks like, okay? I don't like that. It's okay. I don't like it. Get it out of my face. It's too thick. It's too big. Looks stupid. Like, it's just way too over the top. Oh my god. Oh my god, I need another tissue. Okay. Okay, I just brought the whole box with me. And my phone just dropped. Okay. Oh. Anyway. Whew. Next up is Budgie. Budgie the pirate is amazing, but it's kind of just a pirate, and that's a bird. You get the joke. Anyway, next up is Officer Dodgy. Again, missed opportunity to make a better skin that's not infected. But I would say it's a better redesign of Mr. Doggy down in C tier. Way better. Next up I have is a iconic skin that everyone knows, Crove. Crove is one of my more lovable skins, and I would say it's cool, but also isn't cool because it's loud. I don't think it was loud, but when I played it was loud. And at the top of B tier, I have the most underrated put 2 skin, Toby. Toby the GOAT is B tier because his weapon is stupid, but yeah. Wouldn't it have been cool if they even been a fire extinguisher instead of, a hose? Yeah. Alright, the bottom of A tier, we have the 2 heavily and devilly skins, Angel and the Devil. These skins are one of the most used tropes in horror games with skins. Banana did it. Oh my god, I'm sorry if I blow my nose too hard. Ugh. Give me some more. Anyway. So these 2 guys are, they're pretty good, but loud. Next up I has is oh my god, I had a stroke. Next up is another contestant stint I have Glean, Glean or Glenn, I don't know. But, hold on. Oh, that butter's back there, I can't reach with my finger over the tissue, of course, but anyway, this guy is amazing. Themed cool. It is probably one of the better skins in the game, and I just love its emotes, too. But at the bottom of it, it's here for a reason, so. That's about it. Is another iconic skin. That's why it's carried, that is Memory. Memory do be cool. She do be rocked in that drip, bro. She do be rocked in that drip. Okay. She literally is a better version of the normal Piggy, as with, well, Frostedy, Pumpity, Kitty. Like, literally every other skin with the dress is just supposed to be a better version of Pig. But yeah. Next up I have is a underrated skin. Again, Electra. The only reason this guy is really looked down upon is because, well, he isn't really used because he was unlocked through a 2-day event. This is I believe, the least got skin in Pity entirely. I don't even think I'm joking. I actually feel like that he is the most gotten skin. I don't know how many people have done Polly, but I can probably look it up. I'll look it up. Yeah, hold on. I'll look it up later. Oh, wait, should we look up it now? No, I'll make a whole video on that. Never mind, I'll make a whole video on what's the least gotten skin, what's the most rare skin to have in Pity. And plus, I think it came out, like, when, like, school was, like, I think it came out, like, literally on, like, a school, like, I think it came out on Wednesday, so, like, you had Wednesday, you had Tuesday, and you had Wednesday and Friday. But most people, like, quit Piggy at that time. Like, people, like, were waiting for, like, a better update. Or, like, waiting for Intercity at that time. So, like, yeah. Oh, we're down to 2 out of ourselves. Another contestant skin we have is Shardantis. One of my personal favorites. This guy is a cool skin. I actually had a shark concept. And I was actually going to make a whole short about it. I'm like, my skin idea got into Piggy? Kind of. And, like, I was making a big, juicy skin. Like, it was, like, buff. And an anchor. And, like, a really big anchor. And it would it would grab you. And then hit you with the anchor, throwing you. It would, like, grab you and then, like, shove its anchor. And killing you on the floor. It have a custom animation, too. Like, yeah. And plus, you would fly into pieces once you got hit by the anchor. Yeah. But yeah, my skin idea got into Pity. Let's go. Next up is where's this? Bakari is cool. Goes invisible. It's got everything. It's cool. The jump scare is pretty mid though. I really wish it was like It jumped at it like did like a more of a bite, like grabbed you and then bites you, or like it hit you and then did a bite, but whatever. It's just the jump scare. Laura, terrifying, but again, it wasn't worth what you had to do to get it, dude. It wasn't worth it. Next up I have is Bessa. Bessa. Another thing I didn't get because I was busy. I actually joined around early 2021. I think it was like I joined when Sewers came out. And I was all over Alphys or whatever. And then I realized, hey, I was trying to get Piggy and Bessa, and then I couldn't because I got in trouble. I was trying to get Bessa, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm busy, so. Yeah. That happened. Next up is Owl. It flies. What else do I have to say? It's an okay stim. I wouldn't say it's the best, but the way he died was so weird to eat too. Like, what the? Anyway, next up is one of the best stims in the game, Kamosi. Kamosi, my boy. If you haven't seen me and you haven't seen my shorts, Kamosi was an amazing stim when he came out, and I loved him to my core. He was like one of my favorite stims when he came out. He's a mummy, come on. Anywho, next up is Marry me. No, don't marry me. Where's she? There you are. Mary is a cool skin. I would say it's one of the best. I would say it's one of the best Splatoon skins, but I wouldn't say it's the best Splatoon skin. Just, it sounds so stupid. It is a really cool skin. I would. Ugh. I'm tripping out here, bro. Mary's really cool. Again, mid jump scare, but one of these skins that are in the very top tier do the jump scare way better, and I think you know who I'm talking about. Next up is Alfie's, the other Chapter 5 skin. Jesus. Remember what I said? Oh my god. Stop coughing. Okay. Alfie's was Alphys. I think they pronounced it Alphys. Was like one of my favorite skins to use in the entire game itself, dude. One of my favorites. One of my favorites in general. Really cool idea. I love the pipe. It literally was an asset, I believe, from the actual map, so cool. Next up is another Book 2 stand. Marcus! The boy, the moose, the pitchfork pony killer. It is a slightly worse Shardantis, but I find him better than Shardantis. Like, bro, stab, pitchfork, let's go. Marcus, I love the concept of Marcus. He's a farmer. He's a moose. He's a moose. Come on. Do it. Jeez, I'm recording till 11:46 p.m. Jeez. Oh. Next up is Archie. Archie is a cool man. He's amazing and lovely. Okay, he's a lovely man. He's lovely everything. Okay, people actually thought he had a bigger hitbox the way he did. People actually thought he had a bigger hitbox, but no. That is because he leans back during his jump scare. So yeah, and speaking of things that look like cheese, we have Kona. Kona, I actually made a whole video about it. Like it was funny. But he was actually one of the later skins that came out. Kona came out a few days after Chapter 9 because he wasn't done in time. And I actually used him for quite a long time, but he's okay, I guess. Next up is Polly. This guy I put him in B tier, and then I put him in A tier, and then I put him at the bottom of A tier, then now he's here. Okay? Deal with it. Polly is a skin. Cool. Jailbreak. We're about to get the poppin' in here, bro. About to get the poppin'. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a cool skin. It's iconic. It's one of the most popular skins that no one has. Shocking. And he actually became a bot, so it just became a part of the story, so yeah. Next up is Parasy, another iconic skin. It just doesn't have a good jump scare, and the noise is like, it's like, bro, come on, do better. Oh my god. Oh, I'm squeezing it. Oh, jeez. Oh, don't squeeze your tissues, bro. Yeah, don't squeeze your tissues after you blow snot on them. Oh. Next up is my favorite alternate. One of my favorite alternate skins. I think. Wait, hold on. Is my third favorite alternate skin that I own, at least. I believe this is Nutcracker Zizzy. Like, how can you get better? She has a fencing sword. Come on, bro. Amazing. Best skin. Better. Next up, I have Ghosty. Where is Mr. Ghosty? There you are. Ghosty's cool. I like him. I want to kiss him on the cheeks. Okay? I love the way he's like, he was the first skin, I believe, to have no arms or legs. He had one hand. He had no legs. He was the first skin to have no legs. And I think he's the only skin to have no legs. I believe. Besides, well, I think he was like the second only skin to have no legs. And yes, reels count and dresses do count as legs, so I won't hear it. Anyway, next up is Stelly. I just don't know what it is. I just find skeletons cool. Moving on. Next up we have Bunny, the alternate skin. This is not my favorite, but like from looking at it, looks way better than the actual Bunny skin. Looks way better. Whole 3 tiers higher than its original. You know that alternate skins are way better than their first counterparts, so I would say on record is one of the best alternate skins from what I've seen, from what I can see from it. But like from when I owned Zizzy, the Zizzy skin is my third favorite. I own 5. I didn't get the new season 6 because I was busy, as I said. Next up is alternate Badgie, my third favorite alternate skin, because this is way better. It's an improvement to the actual Badgie. This is what it shouldn't have been to begin with. But again, same thing, too loud. But the stick looks way better. It's more professional. Looks way better. It's more professional. Next up is Spidella, creepy spider. PGHL Films did a great job. The running animation and the jump scares, amazing. Next up I have Ellie, just an iconic skin, and I love the spear, and I love the dress, and the hat just makes it perfect for me. Next up I have is Barry. Now the reason, again, I like the fact that it's a scalpel, giant scalpel. I just love the way a giant scalpel. Come on. Next up I have the Plumpy, the potato plumpy lump, Mr. P. Mr. P, the plumpy lump of potatoes, is amazing. But why is he in A tier? Because he's mid. Because of his jump scare. His jump scare is pretty mid. Even though he was the first skin, I believe, to use a gun. Flamethrowers don't count. There's only 2 skins that use guns, actually. Hold up. Yeah, only 2 skins use a gun. No way. That's crazy. Next up, I have the most recent skin that came out literally 2 days ago. Is the prototype. The prototype, after getting it finally, is a really cool skin, and it's pretty easy to get. You might need like 2 people for Marl, but they can easily solo play. Like Not that hard. I soloed it. Like, we were gonna do a duo, and then we soloed, and then I soloed it. So, yeah. Great skin, though. And then next up at the top of A tier, which was originally an S tier, is Sentinel. RGB. RGB. Okay, moving on. At the bottom of S tier, we have Gold Piggy. Why, you may ask? Well, it's pretty simple. It's gold, but it's so big. It was actually originally an A tier, but then I moved it up to S because, you know why? Because I liked it. Because it looked shiny and glimmering, and it would have been so cool to have. Please bring it back. Please bring it back. Please, please, please. Moving on is Fina. Or Fena. How do you pronounce it? Podiatrist. Fena is easily one of the coolest Book 2 skins, and it's not that hard to get. I found it hard on release, but then I'm like, I'm just a noob. So I actually do love the skin. The skin looks amazing. The fireball, cool. Next up is Marley Russell, my second favorite contestant skin. It's just, oh my god, the theme is so cool. His skin, like, the emotes are amazing. The skin itself is just great. It's just great. Next up is Kratzy Cord. Kratzy Cord, again, amazing skin. One of my favorite skins when it came out. The second most expensive skin, by the way, costing 700 pity tokens. Very expensive. Alright, moving on. We have the twins. Double trouble. Literally just the definition of double trouble. Literally just the definition of double trouble. One of the most iconic sisters in Roblox history. This is probably one of the most coolest, but most expensive skins in the entire game. I think it costs like 625, 75. But dude, this skin was amazing. It was also really cool, and it also really fit when it came out. Like, it was meant for distraction with Zizzy. So yeah. Alright, moving on. Next up we have is the Big Black Man. The Big Black Oily Man. Or Goop Monster. Tio. Or question mark. This guy is so big that he doesn't even fit in the little, like, thing where they just spin around. He doesn't even fit in the icon box, dude. The biggest in the pity, one of the coolest in the pity, doesn't jump high anymore, and that is one of the worst changes because he was a great counter to the Outpost glitch. I know, I made a whole map about him. I'll make a video on that soon, but whatever. Anyway, next up is Alternate Kamosi. I said your favorite alternate skin. Take Kamosi, make him an Egyptian pharaoh, checkmate. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Next up I have is Dakota, the sideways walk, the anchor, really cool. And the whole theme of this guy is just amazing, dude. I love it. Seems itchy. Alright, next up is Delta. Wrong. Delta. Delta. Bazooka. He is the third skin that uses a gun, and he's the most smartest piggy. Even though he's on one of the most hardest map, he's on the hardest map of the entire game, but whatever. This guy was not fun to deal with on the camp at all. It's not fun at all. Okay, next up is Umbra. This went in A tier and then to the top, and then into the S tier at the back, and then went to the pretty much the top. I don't know. I just have so many mixed feelings. Scary skin, tiger. This gave me nightmares when I went to sleep, but whatever. Was it worth it? Yes. To be break out, yeah. Next up is Antio, the first contestant stint, and I believe my favorite. No, it's not my favorite. Okay. One of my favorite stints. It was so cool when it came out. I love it. It's so cool. All right, now we're gonna get into my top 10. We have Alternate Crow, the best alternate skin. We are not counting Distorted Piggy though. She is not well. Yeah, he's my favorite alternate. This is my favorite alternate season skin. One of the best by far. Played it that. Next up I have is another Halloween skin, Grover. This guy looks amazing, and I love the fact that like when you kill more people, his eyes glow. I would honestly, if you want like his eyes to glow a lot, then go into build mode. But this guy was amazing when he came out, and I loved him. Next up I have is Billy, the best Book 1 skin, not including one of the best Book 1 skins by far. Amazing, amazing, amazing. One of the best. One of, if not the best, Book 1 skins. Teos Flea did a great job on remodeling him. I love it. Next up I have Silzius. Again, Silzius is one of the most favorite skins. I use this guy time to time, actually. I used him so much when we played back in 2021, so, yeah. Next up is the last Book 2 skin. Is Distorted Piggy. Necessarily the best alternate skin in my opinion, but dude, remember when I said that you can't that Bakari? There's like a little no wait, who was it? Where were you? I forget who it was. I think it was Bakari. Well, he jumped forward. Destroy Piggy does better. Yeah. Next up is Mr. Bliss, my second favorite season skin. This guy is amazing. He's Frosty the Snowman. His jumpstart sound is amazing. This guy's amazing on dark maps. I'm telling you, amazing on dark maps. Next up is Blatt. Blatt actually scared the living hell out of me when I played The Hunt. But yeah, this is one of my favorite skins in the entire game. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for Blatt. I love the hands. I love the size of him. Like, he looks so big in the thing, and then like he's like a little dude. I think he's the smallest skin in the game, by the way. I think he's actually the smallest skin in the game. Moving on is Fragris. Fragris is the best contestant skin by far. Gun. He's one of the only skins that uses a gun. Really cool, and his one animation is like love it. Next up is Duotar. Duotar. Anna. Oh, by the way, Fragris takes our bronze medal. Our silver award goes to Duotara. I think that's how to pronounce it. A better prototype. One of my favorite skins to use in the game. I love the switchy faces, and I just love the sound. I post jump animations like, high five, high five. And lastly, the best skin, in my honest opinion, in Piggy, is a season skin. That being, in this corner right here, is the best skin in Piggy. If you don't know who it is Griffin from Season 4 all the way back in 2022. His color changing, his jumpstart sound, everything is perfect. I love this guy. I think he's the most used skin I use. Actually, I think he's like my most used skin in the entire game. Easily the best skin in the game. Easily. And yeah. That's my list. Oh, by the way, I'm not ranking none of these because these are not available to the public, and these don't even count, bro. But yeah. So these are every main Piggy skins in the entire game. So yeah. Have a good day, guys, and actually the next video will be in here. Lovely. Catch you later.